Hi everyone, my name's Karina. This is Heartfelt Wings. Thank you for joining. Today we have my cousin Mariah here. Thank you so much, Mariah, for coming.
Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we have a lot to dive into with Mariah. I think she has like a good story, and then she's coming up on a celebration that we'll talk about, or she actually already completed her celebration that we'll talk about in a bit. So I just felt like it was a perfect time to, bring her in. So yeah, we'll get into it. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Mariah, and
Oh. It's okay.
I'm Mariah, and I am 24. I'm 26.
26? Oh, okay. It's okay.
I wish I was still 24.
Oh, right.
Um,
I always get lost in my age too. I'm like, how old am I? But
dude,
okay.
I do that so much.
Yeah.
I also still think it's like 2016,
Really?
Yeah. 17 years old,
Dang. Yeah, I feel like after a certain age, we just like don't even think about our numbers anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know, for me at least. I'm like, what it is. So you're 26?
Yeah, 26.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're 26. When's your birthday, if you don't mind sharing?
March 19th, 1989.
Okay, March 19th.
I'm
What's
a
that?
Pisces.
Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Water
emotional.
sign. Emotional. Oh, okay. All right. So and then Mariah, your birthday. Where were you born?
Sacramento.
Oh, in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're born and raised in Sacramento.
Yes.
Yeah, and never moved.
Nope.
No. Okay. Do you plan on moving or anything, or you like it here?
I like it here.
Mm-hmm.
When I was drinking and in that part of my life, I was really miserable, and I really wanted to get out of Sacramento. I was like, Sacramento's the problem. It's not me.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did want to move for a long time, but since getting sober, I really love my life here, and like I don't see why I would want to change that.
Yeah, that's so good.
So, and my son has like so much family here and like love, and I just don't want to take him from that.
For sure. Yeah, that's good. And then do you have like siblings?
Yes, I have many siblings.
Many? How many siblings do you have? I know of some, but like how much
Of
total?
some.
I don't know if there's more out there.
So we have Anthony, he's the oldest.
Okay, yeah.
And Michael. Then there's Sarah.
All right.
Brandon. And then I have a younger.
And then goes you after Brandon, right?
Yeah,
okay.
and then me. And then we have a younger technically a half sibling.
Okay.
Same mom, different dad.
Okay.
Xavier. And then for me, I was raised by my grandparents, and they had a son, and so I have a younger brother. He's my uncle. But for me, he's like, I grew up with him. He's my brother.
Yeah,
That's my brother to me, the same as everyone else.
Right.
So,
and how old is he?
he is 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're all grown up now.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, because he's the youngest, right? Or is he not?
Xavier's the youngest.
Okay.
He's 20.
20. Oh,
I believe.
dang. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so then how much was that? How many siblings is that?
My Anthony, Michael, Brandon, Sarah, Xavier, Nick, 6.
Okay, so you have 6 siblings. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have like step siblings that like big part of our life too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you outside of that, you also have step siblings, or
Yeah, because
Trina,
my birth mom, she was with Manuel for a long time, and they had Xavier.
Okay.
And Manuel had kids from a different marriage, and mainly like Chris and Nick were like a big part. So like I'm close with them,
Okay.
I consider them brothers because they were so
involved at that
intertwined
time
in our lives.
Yeah.
So.
Dang. Okay. So you kind of like have 8 siblings.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. And then I mean, we'll talk a little bit more into it, but just talking on the topic of siblings, I know Tony, you're biological. dad, I guess.
Oh, and yeah, he has
other ones
kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has like 3 other boys or something.
Yeah, 3. I've never met them, so like I feel bad.
Right,
but I always
yeah,
forget.
yeah.
But yeah, he does have kids.
Right. I kind of forget about them too because I only met them when they were younger, and then like we don't really have a relationship with them either.
Yeah.
But I think he has twin boys and then another boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. So let's add that up now. 8, 9, 10, 11 kind of. That's crazy. Okay, so you have all those siblings, and then you said that your grandparents raised you?
Yes.
Yeah. When did that happen, or how did that happen?
So my birth mom's dad and stepmom, they took me in. I always forget the exact timeline, but I was really little. I was really little.
Like as early as you could probably remember, huh? Or
probably before I even remember. So like they're all I really knew, you know.
Okay.
Like that's my mom and dad. Yeah, I don't know. It was early on, earlier than all the other kids, because they ended up raising all the kids, like Anthony, Michael, Sarah, Brandon.
Your grandparents also raised them?
Yeah, but they came
later.
They were already older because our ages were different.
Right,
you know?
right.
So they were already a little bit older. So it was, for them, it was more like grandma and grandpa. You know, for me, it was like that's all I knew.
Right. That's mom and dad. Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you, like, at what age did you realize that was grandma and grandpa?
I don't remember.
Well, they're your parents, but like, technically, yeah.
I don't remember if my mom told me my mom that raised me told me first, or if I have a memory of my birth mom kind of like bringing it up here and there that she's my mom, you know, and stuff. And like, no shame on my birth mom, Trina, like at all, you know, like I think it was her way of navigating it, you know.
Right.
She didn't know how to navigate. If I lost my child, I don't know how I would navigate, you know. There would be like jealousy and like weird feelings, like
you would want them to know, but
really like I'm empathetic towards her. She was struggling with her own stuff, but yeah, she kind of, you know,
messed up your head maybe.
She would bring up like, oh, well, I'm your real mom kind of thing, you know. And it was like I understood what she meant, you know, but to me, as my heart, I saw Carol, the woman that raised me, as like my mom, like whether it's blood or not, like she was my mom. And I didn't want to feel like, you know, that was different or, you know, like my mom that raised me was going to love me differently because, you know, I'm not blood. And like, I just didn't want that to be in my head.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. You just wanted to know that was your mom and dad, and like nothing to get in your thoughts to deter that. Yeah.
But I did know it pretty young, but it like I didn't care, you know, because I knew how I felt about my mom. Me and my mom that raised me, we have like a really strong connection. It's like it was meant to be. Just such a strong bond. Aww. Yeah, it feels like we were meant to come together, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good. Dang, so that was like, what age was that when Trina was trying to like put that in your head, or putting that in your head?
Probably like 4, 5, 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. So you would just kind of like ignore that? Or were you actually thinking about it?
It would irritate me, but like, it was whatever.
Yeah. Did you tell her, like, stop telling me that? Like, I don't care. Are you too young
I
to,
think like... sometimes I would.
Yeah.
You know? Also, I was a people pleaser, so it's like...
Yeah. Dang. How do you feel about that now? Like, that you're older, looking back and realizing that your actual mom and dad weren't the ones, like your birth parents, weren't the ones who raised you?
Well, right now, like I'm at a lot of peace with it. When I was in like my teenage years, I was really, really angry with them. But now that I'm sober, you know, and I've got to like make a list of like all my resentments and look at like my wrongs, you know, and also look at the resentments and see it through their eyes a little bit, you know, and have more empathy. I'm not angry with them, you know, like I am really at peace with it. I think everything happens for a reason. And I couldn't imagine being Tony or Trina, you know, like I had an addiction too. And I always told myself like, I'm going to be a better mom than Trina was. And I'm not going to pick alcohol and drugs over my children. And I still chose it over my kid, you know, for a while. And I had way more support than they did, you know. They didn't have what I have. My mom, like, gives me so much support and, like, helps me find things to help me. And Trina didn't have that. Tony didn't have that. And how could I be angry? You know, they did the best that they could. They're sober now. They're trying, you know, and that's all that matters. So.
Oh, that makes me like teary-eyed. Because I'm like, that's so good that you like see it from, because like you can hold a lot of resentment and anger, and like you could just go with that, you know, but that's so good for you to like heal from that and for yourself, but also like to see it from their point of view. And, you know, I'm sure that they appreciate that too.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I spent so long being angry with them, you know, and even like Tony, like, I was mad at him about something like the last like year or two, some like stupid little thing, you know, and then I got sober and stuff, and I started thinking about it, and it's like, you know, like, why, like, people pass away, and like, you know, things happen, life happens, and he's human, and that's like not even something that's like bigger than our relationship, you know. And so why am I gonna like ignore his texts and like not want to talk to him because I'm mad about some little thing, you know? I need to just let it go. And so I called him and I invited him to come see me get my chip for my 1 year, because I really want my birth parents there.
That's so good.
Because I think they're a big part of my sobriety, you know.
Or maybe you like, I don't know, this is just me guessing, like you maybe possibly getting into your like whatever you were addicted to. I don't know, we could get into that, but maybe I'm guessing that they maybe had a big part of you possibly getting into that. And then,
I think it's that and some other things for sure.
So it's like, I would feel like they're like a big part of either you going into it or you getting it out of it. Either way,
I think they're a big part of me getting out of it, because they were both sober, and they just, you know, the change in them since getting sober was like beautiful to see, like the lights come on, their glow, you know, and I don't know, it kind of showed me something, you know.
You're like, wow, there's something else that there's like another answer. So you were we didn't fully mention it, but you're saying that you are now sober, and you're on a year. So what are you sober from, if you don't mind?
So if you want me to give you a timeline of like ages. So I had my first drink when I was 15 years old at a party, and I absolutely loved it. But I didn't really drink after that because I didn't like the taste, you know, like, I don't know.
Why did you love it? Like what from it?
It just, you know, I was so consumed with like self and like how I feel and how anxious I am and how I feel so uncomfortable in my skin. I felt like I just wanted to rip my skin off. I didn't belong in my skin. I was quiet. I didn't feel like I had a voice, and I was not confident, insecure. And when I drank, I felt like I loved the skin I was in, and I could scream and talk, and I could make people laugh, and I felt like I belonged, you know, and I felt like I was loved.
Yeah. That's the same thing with Liz. Same exact thing. Like, she before didn't feel good in her skin, didn't feel confident, didn't feel like she fit in this role. Like, and then she started drinking, and then she started feeling like, oh, I could talk more, I could be myself, but it wasn't really
authentic. And that's how I felt the first drink. I like was a misfit in high school.
Misfit, is that like you're out of place, or what does that mean?
I was just out, like, I didn't really have friends, you know. I don't know. It was difficult time, but that night I like got to talk to people, and I made like friends, and guys paid attention to me, you know, and it was just this new world. But after that, I didn't drink, and then when I was 16. I started like smoking weed here and there. And then
did weed do anything for you? Did weed do anything for you?
It was like fun, you know. It was like fun times. I got to hang out with my friends, and we would laugh and like do silly things. It was just like silly time, you know. It took away the anxiety, you know. It just let me just be silly. And then I just like did shrooms, Molly, you know, just like a couple times. And then when I was 17, me and my friend started doing Xanax. And that just like eased my anxiety, because it made me black out. Like, I just, which is, I was very depressed, you know, for a long time. I was miserable with the memories of, and the trauma and just things. And so blacking out, it's like, oh, I don't even have to live, you know, like I could just,
I don't have to
whatever
think about those traumas or anything.
And so I really liked Xanax, and then we did Coke for a little bit, and it's pretty excessive. I look back and I'm like, oh my God, how did you survive that? But like, you can't keep up with it, you know, it's like too much. So I stopped doing that, but I kept doing Xanax. And like, I would like raid my parents' change drawer, and I would like go and take it and like get cash, or sometimes I would just give my dealer fucking quarters and dimes and nickels. I didn't care. And so I would get Xanax, and I had an experience. And
how old were you at this time?
I just turned 18. And Trina was on the streets at the time. He was really bad on drugs. And she came over to my house where I was living with my parents. And at like 3 a.m, and she was really messed up, and she was like crying, and it was a lot. And then later that night, I was on Xanax. Later that night, I had to crawl up to that door after being sexually assaulted.
Oh my gosh.
I had to crawl up to my front door, and I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want to like keep doing this until I'm on the streets too. And like, you know, I'm her age, and I'm still doing this. And so I was like, I'm gonna quit Xanax. And so I quit cold turkey, which I guess you're not supposed to do. It was miserable. It was horrible. But I haven't touched Xanax since.
How old was it when you decided, or how
18.
18 is when you started, or stopped, or both?
Stopped. I started when I was 17.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Started when 17, stopped when you're 18.
Yeah,
And you
and
didn't
I
go
thought
back to it
that
since.
was like my problem, you know. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Xanax my problem, and if I quit that, I'm gonna be better. So I quit that, and then I kept smoking weed for a long time. I stopped smoking weed in 2020, I believe, the end of 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
And then I would smoke it like rarely here and there, you know, but like nothing compared to what I used to smoke weed like all day, every day.
Okay.
And then coke, it was kind of like on and off, 2020 to 2024, early 2024.
Okay.
I was like on and off,
Okay.
kind of here and there. But the end of 2019 is when like my drinking really started, you know, because I didn't really drink before then.
Yeah.
But the end of 2019, I believe, it like really started, and I found the medicine that worked the best for me, you know, and I was like, yes, alcohol, that's it.
Dang.
And it's like all I needed to make me feel better.
Wow.
I had a God-sized hole in my chest, you know, that I constantly try to fill, and I realized now I just needed God, and back then I didn't realize that, so like alcohol was my thing. It was my higher power, you know. It is what I went to when I needed anything.
Dang.
And so did that until a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So so you're completely sober from alcohol? Are you sober from everything else too?
Yeah.
Everything? Nothing at all? Wow.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Dang. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So yeah, she came up on her 1 year sobriety of everything on Wednesday, you said?
Yeah, on the 8th.
On the 8th? Dang, that's amazing. How are you feeling now?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel start crying.
That's
I
okay.
feel really grateful
Yeah.
for like the community I have around me, and for my family, and for my son, for God.
Yeah.
I just feel really grateful because I never thought
You would get to this point?
Yeah, I would be able to do this, and that I don't know. It's just like such a wild thing, you know.
Like you could finally be that person that your younger self was trying to be. Like you said, you didn't feel good in your skin and stuff, and now you probably could feel all those things that you wanted to feel when you were younger without any substances.
Yes.
That's so good.
Exactly.
Aww. So do you feel strongly like you'll continue to be sober like down the years, or do you feel like at sometimes you kind of want to revert back to that?
I don't like have the urge to drink anymore. Like that's not something like I care to do or I want to do.
Yeah.
I believe I'll stay sober.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I know life happens, you know, and things happen.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't stay sober, you know?
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But I really try to be grateful for what I have and not get cocky about it, you know?
Yeah.
Keep getting on my knees and praying every day, and thanking God for what I have, and praying for the people that are still sick or that I resent in any way, and
That's so good.
be honest, you know?
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
I love that. I'm so happy for you. Sorry you like didn't feel good in your skin and you felt like you had to, you know, go down or find it in other things.
Yeah.
But you're so young and you like were able to get out of that at I think a reasonable age, and so you have like your whole life ahead of you still.
Yeah.
That's
I know. I'm
awesome.
surprised. I'm surprised.
So as you were talking, I thought of a question. So you were saying that Trina came home and she was like, you could tell she was messed up or something. Yeah. How was it like seeing your birth parents like that and then if you like learned anything from them.
So I'll tell a few stories about that. Start with Tony.
Okay.
I remember Tony was in the hospital. He had to get brain surgery.
Yeah.
This was in 2016.
Okay.
It was 2016, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And all us siblings went down to go see him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to leave so he can go be with his girl. I forget her name. But he wanted to go be with her. And I remember before I left the hospital, I had an urge, just something in me, told me to go back and talk to him, because I never really had like a deep conversation with him. It was always like very surface level.
Right.
And something just told me to go really talk to him, and told him that, like, you know, we love him, and that I appreciate him, like, you know, staying away, so I can just live my life and not interrupting that, and that he needs to get better, you know, for himself, and that he deserves it. And he kind of just had a talk, and him and me both cried, and he didn't get sober, but like, you know, he remembers that conversation. He like told me later on when he got sober that he remembered that. And then with Trina, I saw more of Trina, you know. That's why it's like easier to have more resentments against Trina.
Oh, okay.
Because she was more part of my life, and I feel kind of guilty for having those more resentments towards her, because I don't know, they're both human, you know. They both struggled. Trina has a lot of her own trauma and stuff, and I couldn't imagine, like, I think of her I think of her as a little girl, like the stuff she went through, and I just like, and not having the same support that I have today, you know, I just couldn't imagine. She felt so lonely, like, you know, she didn't have anyone, and I think of that little girl, and like, how could I be like so, you know, angry after thinking like that? So but it was difficult seeing her. I felt like our love was like kind of transactional. You know, she would do things, and not to shame her at all. You know, like she's grown a lot. Like she's grown a lot, and, you know. But my opinion, my
vision of it at that time.
I remember, like, I would have a purse or something, and she would be like, "Oh, can I borrow it? Can I have this?" And I'd like, no. And she's like, "I would love you forever. I would love you." And all I wanted, you know, deep down is like my birth parents to love me and want me, you know, because to me, I didn't see the drugs. I didn't see them choose. Like, I saw that I wasn't good enough and that I was unlovable, and that's why they didn't choose me, you know, over the drugs, because I didn't understand it at that time. And I just wanted her to love me so bad. So I kind of like okay, yeah, you know. And then when I was 17, I thought she was sober, and I started building a relationship with her, and getting closer to her, like trusting her. And I remember I got my mom that raised me, Carol. She gave me money for prom to like buy a dress and like get my nails done. It was $300, I think. And I saw Trina at some point, and she was like, yeah, well, they're going to shut the lights off and stuff. And I told her about getting $300 and my prom's coming. And she was like, oh, well, can I borrow the $300? I'll pay you back on Friday. And I was like, that's soon enough for me to like rush and get everything I need anyways. And I didn't want the lights and the water or whatever she told me to go off on my little brother. So I was like, okay. And so I let her have the money. And then next thing you know, she's gone. She left. She abandoned her longtime boyfriend and her son, Xavier. And she was on the streets. And that was really hard for me.
For sure.
That was really hard for me. Especially because, you know, prom, you think of like your mom helping you get ready and like taking pictures of you, and like I didn't really, you know, like I have my mom that raised me, and she's amazing, and she fulfills everything I would ever need, for sure. But there's always going to be that part of me that I just want to be loved, you know, and that was hard. And then Trina was on the streets, and she was pretty bad. She was really, she was really struggling at that point. And she would come to my parents' house where I lived, and she would. I have no confirmation that she did this, but things would go missing, like my clothes, you know. And one time I went to a Selena Gomez concert, and I got a T-shirt from the concert, and it went missing. And she came over and I asked if she took it, and she was like, "No, I didn't take." And my dad, her dad, was there, and she's like, "Daddy, I don't know why she's saying I took it. I didn't take it." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, you didn't take it?" And as soon as my dad walked away, she's like, "Yeah, I took your shirt," you know. And I don't know if she's just saying that to mess with me, you know. But she would do things like that.
Oh my gosh.
It made me feel like I was going crazy. And then there was a time where she was upstairs in my parents' room, and my dad and her dad was in there, and he was talking about how like she needs to get help and this and that, and then she kind of brought me up and was talking about like, what about what Mariah does, because I was in a bad place too, like I was doing bad things I should not have been doing, so I was no better than her. But she brought that up, and I like peeked out of my room, and I was like, "Hey, you know, this is my house. I live here, and like, I would appreciate if you just don't talk about me. Like, you know, leave my name out of your mouth." And she came up to me, and she was mad, and she got in my face, and she was like, I'll hurt you. And I told her, well, you can't hurt me more than you already have. And she kind of grabbed around my neck and like pushed me into the door, and the door flew open. I like fell back into the room, and then I got back up, and she was kind of swinging on me. A little bit of a blur, but that was really hurtful.
For sure. How old were you around this time? Or when was
I was
this?
17.
Oh, dang. Yeah, because you said be like around prom, kind of, right?
Yeah, I was 17. I was like a week away from being 18. Yeah, that was difficult.
Yeah.
Went to the cops. The cops were so mean to me.
Oh my
God, they were like, listen, when I am dealing with like traumatic events, I laugh a lot. I laugh a lot because it's my way of coping.
Yeah.
I cry and then I laugh, and then I cry and then I laugh. That's how I am.
Right.
And I laugh and I make jokes because it's going to help me. It's going to stop me from having a panic attack, you know?
Yeah.
And the cops were like, well, you were just laughing, so, you know, why should we believe you? And we could take you to jail if she says that you're being a bad, you know, a bad child.
You're like, forget this.
And it was like, well, okay, but it's just, that was really difficult for me.
Yeah.
So then a few weeks later, or like a month or two later, I hadn't seen her in a while because and after we got into that fight, the police were like, well, you should leave and stay somewhere else, you know?
Telling you that?
Yeah, instead of my birth mom just not coming around.
Yeah.
So I went to my friend's house, and that's when like my addictions got worse because I was around more people that
were doing the same things and stuff.
And, not to blame them, it was totally my choice.
Right.
You know, I was gonna get that either way, whether I was home or not.
Yeah,
you know, I needed to use to deal with the uncomfortableness of my life. Yeah. Wow. And so then a few months went by, and I sexually assaulted in a car parked outside of my house by someone that was my friend and his friend. And they just kind of dropped me off in front of the house. And I crawled up to my house after she just did the same thing, you know? And it was just kind of a wake-up call.
That's what you were mentioning earlier when you kind of crawled up.
Yeah, but she, seeing her like that was really difficult.
Yeah.
But, you know, she didn't get the opportunity to get sober earlier, you know? She didn't have the gift of desperation. She didn't have that till later on, and I'm just really thankful I've gotten it earlier.
Yeah.
So I can be there for my son, you know? When I used to hear people that were addicts, and they're like, oh, I lost this, I lost that, I lost my kid, I lost this job, I got a DUI. I was like, okay, well, I'm not that bad because, you know, I don't have a DUI.
Yeah.
Still have my kid and all this, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, now I look at it and I'm like, why would I ever even let it get to that point? Like, why not get sober now before I lose my son? Before I have a DUI? Before I'm homeless, you know? Like, why would I wait till it's that bad? Like, I know I'm an addict. I know I knew that for a long time, you know? So...
So that was that day your turning point, I think? When was your turning point?
That day was not for me to get sober.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
It was a step, you know? I thought I was ready, but I wasn't drinking yet, you know?
Oh, okay.
And once I found my drinking, that's the real real thing that like got me. And that's why, like, I was talking to my mom, Carol, the other day, and I was telling her I have quite a few exes, but and all my exes, I think they like play a role in my life, you know, and I'm thankful for each and every one of them. Like, I hold no anger or resentments towards any of them. That's you know, so I appreciate all of them for the gifts they have given me and the way God has
placed them in your life for that moment in time for a reason.
I had an ex, Adam, and he, you know, he loved drinking, and I wasn't a drinker yet until I got with him. Yeah. And I think he really fast forward. He started my drinking, like he showed me, you know, alcohol, and I started drinking. Not to blame him; he's not to blame for it. That was my choice. But I started drinking, and it kind of fast forwarded my addictions and stuff. It made it like, you know, like
sooner, so that way it didn't happen later. And then
and then my last ex, Gus, he, I was just really grateful to him. We only dated for like 2 months or something, right before I got sober. But it was like looking in a mirror at myself, you know, when I was like,
yeah,
I would ask him like, did you drink, you know, and he would tell me no, and it's like, I know you drank, because I could hear on the phone, like, you're drunk, you know, and he's like, well, maybe you drank, maybe that's why you're asking me, and I'm like, I didn't drink, but I was drinking, you know, I was at home drinking, and we were just, he would lie to me, and I'd be like, how dare he lie to me, well, I'm lying to him, you know,
dang.
and I never cheated or anything, but I lied about my drinking. And I lied about saving money because I was spending all my money on alcohol, you know?
Yeah.
And I saw myself in him. I saw that my drinking was out of control. I'm an alcoholic. It was like looking in the mirror, you know? I know he's a good person. All those things, but I just saw myself, and and I was just like, I don't want to be this person anymore. I need to do something, and so I got help. You know, so I'm just
That's crazy.
I'm in a state of like gratitude.
Right. Speaking of gratitude, when you're talking, like, and I said this before, there's, I don't know, it's just so amazing to see like how much. Like, I don't know how to word it, like how you forgave, how you're so forgiving, and how you're so like empathetic, and you could, like, you don't blame, like at a time I'm sure you probably did blame him or whatever, but like to know now like that you're just so graceful to them, and like forgiving and understanding and stuff towards them, like how were you able to go from having anger and resentment to, like, I'm sure there's probably still a little bit now, but like how did you go to switch that and like overcome that, because that's so
I've always been like, I think I've always been pretty good at that. Definitely gotten better though. But so when I was younger, I'll tell it. When I was younger, I got molested, and I didn't tell anyone until I was 18, because I was told by the person that did it that if I told somebody, they would take me away from my mom that raised me, Carol. And that she was like, I couldn't be separated from her. That was my biggest fear in the whole world. And so I kept it in until I was 18, and I knew it was safe to say something.
And so, how old were you when it happened?
I was 4, 5. Oh
my God. So you held that in yourself for like 12 years or so? 14 years? I don't know.
A long time,
Way too long.
But after I got out of the mental hospital and stuff, I asked the person that did it if they would come have a conversation with me. And they did. And, you know, I told them like how it has affected my life, and you know, the trauma has come from it and stuff, and I told them that I forgave them, you know, because hurt people, and I know he was a hurt person, and they shared that, you know, they were hurt and they're sorry, and we both cried together and we hugged, and it was just, you know, like I really do forgive that person. Like I don't blame them, because although like I didn't, and I told them this too, it's like the trauma ends with me, like I'm not going to do it to another person, you know. But I could see how a child would be so confused by that feeling, and they don't know what to do with it, you know. And I don't know, I kind of have try to lead a lot of my life with that. But I definitely still held resentments until like recently. I got to look at all my resentments and then see like where I was, you know, wrong. And I was married, and he ended up committing suicide. But I was angry with him for a long time
For sure.
Because he, well, looking at it now, we both were abusive. But at the time, I just saw him as this abusive, horrible person to me. And how could he do that, you know? And then I got to look at my part, and his family too. They blame me for his death, you know?
Gosh.
And I got to look at it and look at myself and be like, okay, I was wrong, you know? I was an addict too. I was an alcoholic just as much as he was. And I don't think he's a bad person. I think he really did love me. I think he was a sick person, and he was lost and scared just like I was.
Right.
And he didn't know what to do with all of that. I think that his family, you know, that I couldn't imagine losing my son,
For
you know?
sure, yeah.
And I understand why they would blame me, you know? I shouldn't have married him knowing that, like, I wasn't all in. I shouldn't have given him that glimmer of hope, you know, thinking that, like, I'm all in and this is for real. It was kind of like a game to me, and really hard for me to admit that,
Right.
but it was kind of like this fun, like, oh, life's silly, let's just fuck it, you know. I just got out of rehab and that didn't work, so you know, I'm mad at God, so like I'm like gonna do whatever I want to do. And I shouldn't have done that to him, and I can understand why they would blame me, you know. And I'm not, that's their little boy, you know. Of course they're gonna feel that way. Like, and he's a little boy, and I think of him in that way, the little boy that didn't get enough attention from his mom, and didn't get was abandoned by his father, you know, and didn't feel good enough, and
which led him to be the person that he was.
And I just have so much empathy for all of them.
Dang.
So
you are so special, Mariah. Oh my gosh, like I'm gonna get emotional because sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, control yourself. Get it together.
It's good to cry.
Yeah, just to like hear like everything you've been through and like how you came from that and how like you look at things now, and like I don't know, like just me putting myself in your shoes, you are so strong. You are so strong, like even being sober and saying everything that you said, especially having the blame of, you know, a suicidal thing. Like I don't know how anybody could live with that, and for you to say that and be like who you are now and be on your sober journey and stuff, like, and all the other stuff too, but you just saying that, like, that's just like the cherry on the top for me, at least, when I was like, wow, you are so resilient and you are so like, I don't know, I feel like you're an angel. Like your story is gonna like help so much people, I feel. So thank you for being vulnerable, and I'm sorry I'm crying and like emotional, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, the beautiful thing is like with my husband and you know, that kind of thing. I get to now make a living amends to him by raising our son sober, you know, being there for his son sober. His dad was an addict. All he wanted was his dad. He, you know, and me too. And so I get to change that and break that cycle for us. And I also think it's a gift from him, the sobriety. I really do. I think it's a gift from God, but I also think it's a gift from Colt. I really think he does watch over me, my son, and I am thankful, like, for everything he's given me, you know, because he gave me my son, the best gift ever, and he changed my life, you know.
Right,
and
for
I'm just
sure.
thankful for that.
Dang. It's so crazy how life is and how life works out. Like how, and I love the way you look at things too. Like you look at it as like a sign, and you like know it's there for a reason, and like it's helping you grow, and like, yeah, that's so awesome that you see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few more questions. Oh my gosh, that was good. That was bad but good. I'm like crying over here, all crazy. But I had to blow my nose and get all ready after that little crying session I had. So you said that you have a son now.
Yes.
So how? Let's first start about how was it finding out that you're pregnant?
Interesting. So at the time, I was already married. I was living with my husband in Farmersville in Fresno, like past Fresno.
Oh, okay.
And didn't really want to live there. I wanted to be home with my family. I didn't really want to be married. I was really struggling. I was really lonely over there.
For sure.
We're only supposed to go visit his family. I ended up living there. So, yeah. So I was there, and then I came down to visit my parents for a few days, and I had a doctor's appointment and to get on birth control. And so they tested me just to make sure. And I remember the doctor came in the room, and she's like, so, you know, you're pregnant, but we do abortions here. And that was like the first thing she told me.
Wow.
And I remember that like has always stayed with me because it really kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah, like why are you gonna throw that straight away out there?
And I remember I went and told Trina and Sarah, and I'm pretty sure they both said I should like get an abortion. You know.
Wow. How did you feel like finding out that information?
I didn't know how to feel yet. I like needed some time.
Yeah.
I remember they told me I should get an abortion, and Trina's like, yeah, you should get an abortion, like pretty adamant about it. I don't think she thought I was going to be a good mom, and I wasn't for a while, you know, because I wasn't sober, so she wasn't wrong. And I don't hold that against her. I don't hold that against Sarah either, because I understand why
they said that at that time.
I wasn't healthy, and you know, but something in me just told me like I need to have my son. Like, I need to have this baby.
Right.
Like, just something was telling me that. So I went and told my mom that raised me, Carol. And I remember I told her, I was like, I'm going to tell you something, but before I tell you, like, I don't want you to try to change my mind or say anything negative. Like, that's not what we're going to do. Like, I already made my decision, and that's what it is. And
told your mom.
Yeah, I told my mom that raised me, Carol. I was like, don't try to change my mind. Don't tell me anything. Like, I made my decision.
Right.
I just want you to know. And then I told her I was pregnant, and she accepted that, and she supported that.
Nice.
And then I went back to Farmersville, and I did the first. I stayed for maybe like a month to 3 weeks.
Okay.
After I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So by the time I left my husband, I was 2 months pregnant around that time.
And they don't know at this time still, or?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, they all know. They're all really excited.
Oh, they all knew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I do feel bad for that. But you know, what really got me to leave is my husband used to say things like, you know, if you ever cheat on me, he would always try to catch me cheating. Mind you, I was at the house all day. Like, I wasn't doing anything. he would tell me, like, if you cheat on me or try to leave me, like, I'm gonna kill you, the baby, and myself.
Oh, wow.
And so I just knew, like, if it was just me being in danger, you know, it's like I didn't care about myself, but having another human, my baby, I was like, I need to get out of this situation. So I left, went home. A week after I left him, he committed suicide.
Dang.
And I stayed sober for probably 2 weeks. And then I did drink. And I don't think any of my family knows that. They probably suspect that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But yeah, I feel really, I carried a lot of shame and guilt from that, because I did drink throughout my pregnancy. And there's no excuse, you know. I was a really sick person, and I didn't know how else to cope. So I did drink throughout the pregnancy. The last couple months I didn't drink. I don't think I drank the last couple months. And then I had my son, and he was a 9-pound baby.
Oh my gosh, how was that giving birth to him?
That was, I knew he was going to be big, and they're like, he's like 7 pounds maybe, like 6, you know, and I was like, no, he's big. I didn't tear or anything. I got really lucky. But he was huge. It was so freaking painful.
Oh my gosh.
And my epidural, I didn't have enough. It wasn't strong enough, so I felt everything. And it was so painful. I was screaming, cussing at them. I was like, just cut him out of me, suck him out of me. I don't care. But he came out, and I remember the doctor was like, wow, what'd you do? He's the healthiest baby I've ever seen. And in that moment, I felt so guilty because, you know, there's people that like can't have babies, or they have a baby and they did everything right, more than right in their pregnancy, and they didn't get a healthy baby, you know, a sick baby. And I have this beautiful, healthy, big baby, and I did everything that you're not supposed to do. And I carried a lot of guilt from that because I didn't feel like I deserved to have such a beautiful, healthy baby. And then after I had him, maybe like a week or two postpartum, I started going out and drinking. I don't think it was super excessive, but I was, you know, drinking. And then later that year, I was in school, fall semester, I was in school, started college. And because I just got my GED a few months after I had my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went and got it. Got to walk the stage with my son in my arms. It was the best.
That's cool.
And then I started college, and life just became overwhelming, and I was like, I can't do this. And so I would drive to school, and I was like, I need a buzz ball. I need a drink. I need alcohol just to get me through those doors to go into class. And then slowly it was just me drinking in the parking garage. And then it was me just not even going, driving to school, you know? And that's when my drinking became like heavy. And then I would stop for a little bit, and then it would kind of start. Having Brandon, my son, has like really pushed me to be better, you know? I want to give him a better life than having a parent that's an addict, you know?
For sure.
Like, he deserves so much more. And I take him to like meetings here and there with me. And it's just, I don't know. I'm happy that I get to like grow and be a better mom for him, because before I was very impatient. I would sleep most of the day, and my parents would like have to pick up my slack, you know? And I just don't want him to ever see me like that again. Like, just so awful. So.
That's so good that you're there now. And I want to say, I don't know if this will bring any value to you or anything, but I feel like you, hearing you put a lot of blame on yourself. And like, which is, I mean, I don't want you to blame yourself, but you're taking accountability for your actions, which is good. But I don't know, I feel like you should give yourself a little bit more grace, because everything that you've been through and all that, like, I'm sure like 80% of people who've been through what you've been through would go down the same path. And so
I think I give myself grace, and like I don't carry around shame, you know. I carry around gratitude now.
That's good.
And I just want to help others, you know, and be supportive to others. And I don't know. I at the time was very shameful, was very did feel very guilty, but now I get to make a living amends to my son by being a sober mom for him, you know, and being loving, patient, sober, honest, you know. I get to be all these things for him that I wasn't before. Just like, you know, my birth mom is doing for me, you know, like she didn't get to be there, but like she does her best now, and she's doing her best to be honest and be sober, and same with Tony, you know, and like that's like all I could ask, you know.
Yeah, that's what you were like wanting. I'm guessing that's what you were wanting when you were like growing up, and so now that you have that, like you're happy that you were able to give that to your son, because that's like kind of what you wanted to maybe when you were growing up. So how is your relationship with Trina and Tony now?
I didn't talk to Tony for a little bit because I was mad at him, but I recently started calling him and talking to him.
I could assume what you're mad about him for, but do you want to share like what you're mad about him for? Why didn't you want to communicate with him?
I think like past things, you know, resentments, like suddenly came up again. And then I had a baby shower, and he brought his girlfriend and his girlfriend's daughter, and he made like a comment like, oh, isn't she so beautiful, talking about the girlfriend's daughter, you know, like it's his daughter. And just like seeing him in like another family dynamic when I didn't get that, and she was like a teenager, and that's when I wanted, you know, that the most. It like, I don't know, came back to me, and I was just like angry and felt like I deserve that, you know, and that's not fair. And so I was mad at him, but I like, you know what, he still showed up for me for my baby shower, you know. He answers when I call. I don't need to be mad. And Trina, she lives down the street from where I live, and so I see her quite a bit. Our relationship's like pretty good. We get along really well because, you know, like...
You have stuff to relate to, maybe? Or
that, but like... I don't expect her to be perfect anymore, you know? Like, she's human. I just, like, am more understanding, and...
It's... Yeah, when you say expecting, I think, like, we expect people to be a certain way, or we would want them to treat us a certain way, or want them to like have this certain relationship with us, but and then when they don't meet that, that's when we get hurt.
And also like I feel like sometimes I want to be God, and I'm like, you should do this and you should react this way, and it's like I'm not God, and I don't decide what's what, and I'm not you know, I'm not making decisions. And like she got back with an ex, and he's getting sober now. And you know, before when she would get back with him and stuff, like I would be angry with her or like irritated, like, oh, she's so dumb, like why would she do that? And this time around, it's like, that's your decision, you know, and
you're not putting too much of your energy into that. You're just like,
and also I talked to him and like really had a conversation. I asked him how he is about like how it is getting sober, you know, how he's feeling and stuff. And we got to talk, and told him I would pray for him, and he said thank you, and like I like really saw like the gratitude in his eyes, and for the first time,
wow,
I saw him as like another human,
another
you
human
know,
being, yeah,
like
for sure,
another
rather than
addict
like
that's trying to get sober, and he's just like me.
Yeah.
And why would I be upset about that,
Yeah.
you know? And like I don't know, something changed, and like
you saw that glimmer of hope in his eyes when he was like, well, somebody actually cares about me too.
Yeah, and I just wish the best for him. Like I really do.
Yeah.
I'm not angry anymore. Like, you know, it's hard.
So Trina's sober now?
Yeah, she's 6 years sober.
6 years. Oh, nice. I know Uncle Tony is sober too. I don't know how many years.
I think it's the same. Like
really?
6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Let's talk about how your baby is now. Like, he's not even a baby anymore. He's like, what, 3? Well, he's kind of
gonna
like,
be 3 in
gonna
January.
be 3. Wow. So how is he, and how's like your guys' bond and relationship? And
he is wild. He's wild, but he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Our bond is like, really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just such a gift.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm so glad.
The love he gives me, you know, the love I receive from him is just like no other. Like I haven't talked to or like dated anyone since getting sober, you know.
Okay.
And like I'm so how you said, you know, drugs and alcohol weren't my only addiction. It was men too. It was like just love.
Yeah.
Like I needed something to fill that hole inside me that God now fills. But I'm like, why else? Like, who else would I want to hang out with other than my son? Like that's
he feels everything.
Yes, he makes me feel so filled with just gratitude and joy, and I'm just so thankful for him. He brightens up my life so much.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it's
awesome.
definitely hard sometimes.
For sure.
Being a mom, I get very overstimulated and overwhelmed, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, please don't touch me anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be touched. I don't want to be like, you know, like toys all over. I just need. It gets a little overwhelming, and I start feeling bad, like I'm a bad mom, or like, you know, I shouldn't be like, I should be happy all the time with him. But like, it's just sometimes I can't do it.
For sure. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're human. You only have certain limits too that you could. So you got to set those boundaries and know what's good for you, what's not good for you. And what do you think is helping you like stay clean?
Well, I'm in a program. And that definitely keeps me on track. I have a sponsor, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, she definitely helps. I have a lot of friends from the program that are super supportive and just loving, and just seeing women, you know, other women like stay sober. And I'm just inspired by them, you know?
That's so good, yeah.
And God, getting on my knees every day and praying, and having a relationship with Him, and feeling His love. My family, my son. And I never want to feel the way I felt, you know? It's like sad, but you know, like no amount of love or other people, outside people wanting me to get sober was enough, you know? Like if it was, I would have gotten sober a long time ago.
Right.
But like their love is not enough for me, you know? I needed to, and I think about it now and I'm like, it's sad because they were probably so sad and
seeing you like that,
depleted, you know, to see me like that. But that wasn't enough for me. I needed to be desperate. I needed to be depleted of everything for me to get sober, you know. It needed to be me that was miserable.
Right.
And I look at it now and it's like other people haven't changed, you know. I'm the one that changed. Like my parents, I've lived with them forever.
Yeah.
And when I was in my drinking and stuff, I would always like talk about how miserable I am at home and it's all their fault.
Yeah.
And I just need to move out. I need to move away from them because they're what's making me miserable.
Yeah.
And then I got sober and they didn't do anything to change, you know. I changed.
Right.
I changed my perspective on everything.
Yeah.
And I freaking love being with them. I literally moved a bed into their room so I could sleep with them because I love being around them. Like they're the best things ever. Like I'm just so grateful for them.
Yeah.
So
I think that it goes to show the gratitude that you were talking about is like how you were unfortunately unable to see that before, and now that you see it, you're just like, I just want to be in this, like so deep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cool. Do you want to talk about like what maybe you have planned for your, I know we don't know our future, but like what's your plans for your future? What do you see for Mariah in a few years?
Well, I want to go back to school. You know, I never thought I would get a state job, but I'm thinking about getting a state job because good insurance and I have a son to take care of now. So I want to go back to college.
Do you know what you want to like study or what you want?
Something in like finances, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of going towards that way.
Yeah.
I was thinking medical, but now I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you have time to think about it and
stuff.
But,
And then I want to do speaking, you know, telling my story in some way. I want to write a book at some point.
Nice.
It's always been a dream of mine.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far-fetched this is, but when I was in high school, in middle school, I remember like police came to do assembly about like drugs and stuff, and they would show like before and after pictures and stuff, and I feel like they need to do something different, you know, because like when I'm doing drugs or alcohol and I'm so miserable and I hate myself, I don't care about what I look like. I don't care if I'm gonna look ugly. Like I don't care, you know. That's not enough for me to stop. I don't understand why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know, if they were like, hey, like, you know, drugs and, you know, these kind of things and alcohol, it comes from something that you're struggling within, you know? And they talked about like the emotional part, and they talked about how you can get help and like more, you know, to it.
Yeah.
I always thought that's something that they should include, but then I've never been sober, so I was like, I don't have any say in this, you know? And so now that I'm sober, I definitely want to do something to, some kind of program that where they have assemblies at school and
you can
have like a different way, a different look on it, you know, to maybe help kids.
That's not far-fetched. You could definitely do that. Yeah, I can see you being perfect for that too.
I want to do something like that for sure.
That's awesome. See, stuff like that I think is what people should strive for, and it's like it's hard because it's like we're only know our 9 to 5 or that's what you should do when you grow up or whatever, but like this is what's gonna change people's lives. This is what's gonna help people, and that's what's missing. So it's like, don't feel like it's far-fetched. You could do it if you really want to. But even just like the talking and stuff, like that's also going to help too. Yeah. Like Mariah was just talking about before we started that she did
I spoke at a program. Yeah.
And in front of what, 100 people or something you said?
It was,
or 30 people? Or what'd you say?
It was like, I honestly don't know. It was a lot of people.
A lot of people?
Yeah,
okay.
It was like 60 or more.
Yeah. Was that your first time ever presenting? Or ever, like,
in front of that big. But I've spoken at a rehab and then another meeting.
But she did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, cool. And then, so that's pretty much the wrap up. Unless you want to include something that like you want to share, or something that wasn't brought up, then you could add that now. Was there anything or?
No.
No? Okay. And then lastly, I just want to talk about like your faith journey and then any testimonies you have. Do you need a break or anything?
Testimonies as in...
Yeah, so testimonies is like a sign that you got from God where you like knew for sure in your heart that it was him talking to you and it like changed your life, or like something. It could be anything. It could be like where you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you need a break? Can you go bathroom or anything? Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about Mariah's faith journey and where her, you know, like her journey. So like how, like, do you believe in God right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were talking about it a lot. So you said you pray on your knees with him or for him. So, but your journey wasn't always with him. You said when you were younger, you would pray and then you kind of lost it. So you did kind of talk about it, but now you're like full on with him.
Yeah. I definitely, I've had a lot of experiences, you know. When I was younger, I used to pray a lot.
Yeah.
I used to tell my mom, like, remember when I used to walk with Jesus? And she was like, you never did that. And I was like, yeah, I used to walk with Jesus. Because I had like this strong memory that I walked with Jesus. And so I always have been fond of Jesus and God and all of that, you know? And then I kind of lost it for a while. And when I was 21, and my drinking was really bad at the time, I was miserable and I prayed that he would just let me die. I was like, just let me die. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. And my grandpa Wedo passed away like 6 months before. And I went to sleep that night and I had a dream, and my grandpa Wedo was in the dream, and he looked like younger, and he looked like glowing. He just looked so good.
Yes.
And he had like cowboy boots, and they were like over his pants, kind of like silly, but he was wearing over his pants, and he had like a beer in his hand. He was dancing. And he was like, "Oh, hey!" And he was like, "Come sit down with me." And so I went and sat down with him, and he was like, "You can't. It's not your turn. You're not ready to come up here. You know, like you have big things you need to do, and." You know, you're a Sanchez, you're a Sanchez, and your Sanchez's are strong, and it felt like a gift from God, you know. And then when I was at the mental hospital, and I prayed, and the thought to get sober came to me. I feel like that was God for sure. For sure.
Definitely.
And
so you speak a little bit more on that. You were at the mental hospital and then you got what?
The nurse, so when I was in the mental hospital, the nurse, I was talking to the nurse and I was having a panic attack. She's like, well, have you tried to pray? And I was like, weird, but okay. And at that point I was so desperate and so miserable. I was like, I will try to pray. So I went to my room and I got on my knees and I prayed, and I asked God, I told God, I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I give up. Like, I give it up to you. Like, show me your way. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. And I had this thought come through my mind that what's the one thing you haven't done? And I was like, get sober, like really sober, like actually do it this time. And then the second thought was, you need to tell somebody. And so I called my birth mom and I told her. And so that was definitely a gift from God. And
how soon after did you actually get sober?
I got sober the day before that because I was in the mental hospital. So
yeah, they don't allow anything like that.
Yeah. But that's why I also say the 8th, because the 7th is when I went in. But the 8th is when like I had that spiritual experience.
Yeah. It's like when you like the 7th is when you had to get sober, but the 8th is when you chose to get sober.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
And then I feel like God was there for like a lot of, you know, I think he protected me and helped guide me in certain ways. Even if I didn't agree with, you know, I didn't want it to go, I wanted to go a certain way. I think it all happened the way it was supposed to happen. And even with my like husband, you know, I think one, it was a gift from my husband to, and I know it sounds like really weird and kind of messed up. I think it was his ultimate sacrifice to end his life, because I truly believe that he thought it would be the best thing that he could do, the safest thing he could do for me and my son.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And it's sad, and I wish, now that I'm like sober and stuff, I wish he could have gotten sober and done this thing, you know? And but it wasn't the way it went. And I know he's with God now, and he's free, you know, of all the pain he felt.
Yes.
But I do think it was like the ultimate sacrifice, and it just, and he texted me before he did it. He texted me before he did it, and he told me that it's not my fault, and that he loves me, and that he's been sick for a long time, and I'm so thankful that he gave me that gift, you know. Because he could have been angry because I left him, you know. He could have blamed me over a text, and you know. And I'm just grateful for him, and I'm grateful for God, and just everything.
You said he's your husband, so you guys actually got married?
Yeah, we did get married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang. That's crazy. How long after you guys were together did you get married?
We were together 6 months.
6 months? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You got married. Wow. Did you have like a ceremony or anything, or how did you guys get married?
It was kind of like random.
Yeah.
We just went to Vegas and got married.
Yeah. Like at the Elvis thing or what? Or like at a
it was
chapel?
some chapel. I don't fucking know. I was so drunk, I don't even remember. Yeah.
So how long have you been married then?
We were married for only 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
it was at the end. I feel like he knew he was gonna die soon. That he was gonna end it all, because we kind of like lived life to the fullest, you know. Like we went to San Francisco, and we went to the Gucci store, and we went to Tiffany and Co. and we blew a bunch of money, and we pretended like we were super rich, and we just like lived it up. And then we went to Vegas and got married. And when we first started like talking and hanging out and stuff, he would always tell me like, I'm gonna marry you one day, and you're gonna have my kid, you know.
Oh, wow.
And it was like he's always adamant about that.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the end he was like, okay, well, I had to marry her.
We got married. She's pregnant. Wow. Yeah. I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
Dang. That's crazy. You kind of shared a few testimonies in there, but do you have like one testimony that you want to share, like that outside of what you already
I have one.
Okay. Yeah? Okay.
So, back in 2021, the end of 2021, my drinking was bad.
Yeah.
And I reached out to a pastor at the church I was like in and out of.
Oh, okay.
And I was talking to him on the phone about like, I have addiction problems, and I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, let's pray. And we were praying. And at that time I was kind of iffy about God, you know. It's like, I don't know if I believe.
Right.
And I was telling the pastor that I was like, I don't know if I believe it, you know, like I don't see him in my life. I don't understand.
Right.
I was lost. And so he's like, well,
sorry, was this before or after the mental hospital? When you had called the pastor? Sorry, my timeline's all messed up.
Well, when I was in the mental hospital was a year ago.
Oh, Oh, okay.
So this was
Okay, sorry.
This is the end
Got
of
it.
2021.
Okay.
So yeah, he was like, well, let's pray. And so we're praying, and he's saying stuff, and he's like, God, just he said something like, God, help her see you, help her feel you.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said, God, help her see you, this hummingbird flew into my face this close and was just staring at me for a good 5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I just started crying because it felt like
it
a
was
sign
him. Yeah.
from God that
I'm here.
I can see you. You
Yeah.
can see me. I'm here.
Oh
And it was just so I just felt him.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time, I let myself
Mm-hmm.
really feel him. And
yeah. I love it. I love those moments when you just get a for sure sign, because I feel like through life he gives a sign and we're like, of course that was him, or why, but those ones where you're like, wow, that's actually him, That's awesome. Okay, cool. So yeah, I wanted to bring up this book real quick because you were talking about I forgot what you were talking about, but I was like, oh, I want to bring up this book. So there's this book that was actually brought to me from, I think, God too, because I was at work and this girl came and she was talking about wanting to do a visit, and then she was about to leave, and then she came back and talked about her visit, and then she was actually walking out the door, and then she came back, and then she told me, she's like, sorry, I just got to tell you about this book. And and she was telling me about it, and she's like, I don't know, God's just giving me signs, and yeah, you have a huge guardian angel around you, and just write down this book. And yeah, I'm like, okay. And I was like, thank you so much for telling me. And after I wrote it down and she left, I was like, wow, thank you, God, for giving me that sign or whatever. And then so yeah, I've been reading it. I'm not even a book person, but I'm hooked on this book.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
So it's about when you said you were walking with God, that's when I thought about this book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she could see angels, and it's a true story. And she talks about her how everybody has a guardian angel with them, and they're before they're even conceived, we already have an assigned guardian angel, and they're always with us. And if some people don't feel comfortable with the guardian angel, then they'll give us our distance. They'll respect us of that, but they'll still stay nearby. So when we're ready, they'll come. But yeah, it's so neat. So yeah, if anybody ever wants to read this book, I'm only quarter way through. So hopefully it's good all the way through, but so far it's good. It's called Angels in My Hair by Lorna Byrne.
Yeah.
Byrne.
Like
But yeah. And then lastly, I just want to I do these cards at the end, just kind of sum up the podcast. So they're just kind of positive, things, I guess, to look at life later. You got it? You feel comfortable picking one of these? Yeah? Okay, so I'll just go through them, and you could just pick whichever one catches. You could pick 1, 5, however many you want.
Pick 3.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what they say.
Do you want to read them, or you want me to?
You could, yeah.
Clear intentions. With unwavering clarity, I set clear intentions toward my goals, infusing them with purpose and direction. I take deliberate and focused action, understanding that my intentions wield the power to shape and manifest my desired reality. Embracing change. I eagerly adapt to new events and circumstances. As I strive for success, I truly welcome change. I take on every chance and encounter with an open mind, welcoming the development and opportunities they will bring me on my transformative journey.
Okay.
Conquering limiting beliefs. I release all limiting beliefs that hold me back from reaching my full potential. I replace them with empowering beliefs that support my growth and success. I can achieve anything I set my mind to.
I love it. That's awesome. Do you feel anything from these? Did you get anything from it? Or yeah, whatever, kind of. Are you just like a reader that don't really like take things in?
I'm a reader that doesn't really take things in.
I'm like that too. I just read and I'm like, what did I just read?
I'm like,
You're like, wait, what?
What did I just read?
Yeah, you're just like focused on making sure you read everything right, huh? That's why.
Yeah. I have to read something like 5 times for me to like fully take it in. Mm-hmm.
I'll put it on here so if you watch this back, then you can read it later. Or you could just read it later too. Those are the ones she picked. Cute. All right, awesome. Was there anything you wanted to add? Are you all good before we wrap up? Okay. Well, everybody, that was the end of our podcast. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, thank you, Mariah, for sharing and being vulnerable and being here. That's it. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.